Media analysis. Network analysis. Software analysis. Hardware embedded device analysis. True or false gathering evidence allows three common alternatives: voluntary surrender, subpoena, search warrant. True. Military and intelligence attacks, business attacks, financial attacks, terrorist attacks, grudge attacks, thrill attacks. Types of computer crimes. A category of computer crime attacks in which are launched primarily to obtain secret and restricted information from law enforcement or military and technological research sources. Military and intelligence attacks. Business attacks. Financial attacks. A category of computer crime attacks in which the goal is to disrupt normal life and instill fear. Terrorist attacks. A category of computer crime attacks in which are carried out to damage an organization or a person. The damage could be in the loss of information or information processing capabilities or harm to the organization or a person's reputation. Grudge attacks. Thrill attacks. The safety and welfare of society and the common good, duty to our principles and to each other requires that we adhere and be seen to adhere to the highest ethical standards of behavior. Therefore, strict adherence to this code is a condition of certification. Code of Ethics Preamble. Code of Ethics Canons. Seeks to gain unauthorized access to the resources of the Internet, disrupts the intended use of the Internet, wastes resources through such actions, destroys the integrity of computer-based information, compromises the privacy of users. Unethical practices enlisted in the RFC 1087. 10 Commandments of Computer Ethics. True. Denial of service attacks. A type of computer crime in which the user inadvertently launches software that can log a user's keystrokes and either send them to a remote server or perform other undesirable activities such as deleting files or destroying the operating system, rendering the computer useless. Rogue code. A type of computer crime in which the attacker copies or downloads software and uses it without permission. Software piracy. A type of computer crime in which the attacker solicits information such as passwords or personal identification numbers from unwitting victims. For example, a thief might call a help desk pretending to be a user whose password needs resetting. Social engineering. A type of computer crime in which a criminal simply digs through trash and recycling bins looking for receipts, checks, and other personal and sensitive information. Dumpster diving. Spoofing of Internet protocol addresses. Ammunition eavesdropping. A type of computer crime in which employees modify computer software to collect round-off amounts from a company's accounting program. Embezzlement. A type of computer crime in which attacks upon a country's computer network to gain economic or military advantage. Information warfare. The United States inherited what law system from England as the basis for most of its legal systems? Common law. In the United States, a patent is good for blank years. 17. For privacy practices that all companies engaged in electronic commerce should observe. True. A computer security privacy law that regulates the activities of credit bureaus. 1970 U.S. Fair Credit Reporting Act. A computer security privacy law that protects the confidentiality of private message systems through unauthorized eavesdropping. 1986 U.S. Electronic Communications Act. A computer security privacy law which was a congressional declaration to improve the security and privacy of sensitive information in federal computer systems and establish minimum acceptable security practices for such systems. 1987 U.S. Computer Security Act. A computer security privacy law that protects the confidentiality and portability of personal healthcare information. 1996 U.S. Kennedy-Katzenbaum Health Insurance and Portability Accountability Act. A computer security privacy law that established the Committee on National Security Systems, which provides guidance on the security of national defense systems, among other roles. 2000 National Security Directive 42. 2001 U.S. Patriot Act H.R. 3162. A computer security privacy law that defines the basic statutory requirements for protecting federal computer systems. 2002 Federal Information Security Management Act. A computer security privacy law that addresses unfair or unconscionable means to collect or attempt to collect any debt. 2010 Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Major categories of physical security threats defined by the CBK. A fencing that uses passive vibration sensors to detect intruders or any attempts to compromise the system. Turnstiles are less effective than either gates or fences. Perimeter Intrusion and Detection Assessment System. Enables examiners to trace or follow the history of a transaction through the institution. Audit trails. Devices that are based on dry contact switches or photoelectric sensors. Perimeter intrusion detectors. Devices that detect unusual movements within a well-defined interior space. Motion detectors. Operations security. The prevention of conflict of interest, wrongful acts, fraud, abuse, and errors. Also, it is the detection of control failures that include security breaches, information theft, and circumvention of security controls. Separation of duties. Disguises messages, allowing only selected people to see through the disguise. Crypto system. The science of designing, building, and using crypto systems. Cryptography. The science of breaking a crypto system. Cryptanalysis. The umbrella study of cryptography and cryptanalysis. Cryptology. A basic method of disguising messages in which letters are rearranged into a different order. Transposition. A basic method of disguising messages in which letters are replaced by other letters and/or symbols. Substitution. The message that is passed through an encryption algorithm becomes a cipher. Plain text. When ciphertext is passed through a decryption algorithm, it becomes blank. Plain text. With a computer program, a document is run through a one-way hashing formula to produce a small numeric value that's unique but easily repeatable for that exact stream of data. Digesting data or creating a message digest. After computing the message digest for your message, you encrypt it using your private key and append the encrypted message digest to your original message. Digital signature or digitally signing a message. Scrum. a type of threat modeling and typically performed using data flow diagrams. The key aspect of this step is to understand the boundaries of untrusted and trusted components for a better understanding of the attack surface of an application that an attacker might want to exploit. Functional decomposition.